There are six kinds of incarnations. One, the Rana avatar incarnations. Two, the Leela avatar incarnations. Sorry. Namo Vishwadaya Krishna Vasaya Muthu Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Name. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshitani. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Radha Shri Sadguru Bhaktivedanta. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And we will be continuing to read from teachings of Lord Chaitanya. So there are six kinds of incarnations. One, the Purana avatar incarnations. Two, the Leela avatar incarnation. Three, the Guna avatar. The Manu avatar. The Yuga avatar. And the Shaktivesha avatar. Out of six kinds of Vilasa manifestations of Krishna, there are two divisions based on his age. They are called Balya and Balkhanda. The original form of Krishna as the son of Nanda enjoys in two forms of childhood, namely Balya and Balkhanda. The conclusion is that there is no end to the expansions and incarnations of Krishna. Here, Lord Chaitanya describes some of them to Sanatan just to give him an idea of how the Lord is expanding and how he is enjoying. This is confirmed in the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the first canto, third chapter. It is said there is no limit to the emanations of incarnations of the Supreme Lord, just as there is no limit to the waves of the ocean. Krishna's first incarnation is as the Tripurusha avatar, namely the Mahavishnu or Shirodakshaya Vishnu avatar, Garbhodakshaya avatar, and Kashirodakshaya avatar. This is confirmed in the Sasvata Tantra. Krishna's energy are also divisible into three: his energy of thinking, his energy of feeling, and his energy of acting. In his energy of thinking, he is the Supreme Lord. In his energy of feeling, he is Lord Vasudeva. And in his energy of acting, he is Sanskarna Balaram. Without thinking, feeling, or acting, there could be no possible of creation. Although there is no creation of the spiritual world, yet there is the creation of this material world. But both the spiritual world and the material world are manifestations of the energy of acting in the form of Sankarsana and Balaram, Krishna. In the spiritual world, the Vaikuntha planets and Krishna Loka is situated in his energy of thinking. Although there is no creation of the eternal spiritual world, still it is to be understood that they depend on the thinking energy of the Supreme Lord. This thinking energy is described in the Brahma Samhita, 5th chapter, 2nd verse. It is said that the supreme abode, known as Goloka, is manifested just like a lotus flower with hundreds of petals. The Ananta or Balaram or Sankarsana form manifests everything. The material cosmic manifestation and the different universes are manifest through the Maya or material energy. The material nature or material energy is not the cause of this cosmic manifestation. Supreme Lord causes it by his different expansions through the material nature, and without the superintendence of the Supreme Lord, there is no possibility of any creation. The form by which the energy of the material nature works to bring about creation is called Sankarsana. It is understood that under the superintendent energy of the Supreme Lord, this cosmic manifestation is created. The example is given. Iron becomes hot in contact with fire, and when it is red hot, it is just like fire. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 46th chapter, it is stated that Rama and Krishna are the origin of all living entities. These two personalities enter into everything. A list of the incarnations occurs in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 3rd chapter, as follows. Kumaras, Narada, Varaha, Matsya, Yagya, Naranarayana, Kardami Kapila, Dattatreya, Hayasirsha, Hansa, Dhruva or Vishnugarbha, Rishabha, Kratu, Narsimha, Kurma, Dhanvantri, Mohini, Vamana, Bhargava, Raghavendra, Vyasa, Pralambari Balram, Krishna, Buddha, and Kalki. Almost all of these 25 Leela avatar appear in one day of Brahma, which is called a Kalpa, and sometimes they are called Kalpa avatar. Out of these, the incarnation of Hansa Mohini is not permanent, but Kapila, Dattatreya, Rishabha, Dhanvantari, and Vyasa are five eternal forms, and they are more celebrated. The incarnation of the tortoise, the fish, Matsya, Narayana, Varaha, Hayagriva, Prishnagarbha, and Baladeva are considered as incarnations of Vaibhava. Similarly, there are three incarnations of the qualitative modes of nature. They are called Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Of the Manvantara avatar, there are 14 Yagya, Vibhu, Satyashena, Hari, Vaikuntha, Ajita, Vamana, Sarvabhauma, Rishava, Vishvakshena, Dharmashetu, Sudhama, Yogeshwar, and Brihadbhanu. Out of these 14 Manvantara incarnations, Yagya and Vamana are also Leela avatar. The balance are pastime Manvantara avatar. These four Manvantara avatara are also known as Vaibhava avatar. So I will stop reading here and I'll quickly do a summary. Okay. So here it starts talking about Krishna and his different types of incarnations. So the six different types of incarnations are the Purana avatar, the Leela avatar, Guna avatar, Manu avatar, Yuga avatar, and the Shaktivesh avatar. And so what Prabhupada mentions is that there's not really any end to the expansions and incarnations of Krishna. They're infinite. So here, even though Lord Chaitanya is telling Sanatana Goswami about the types of incarnations, there are still these are still only, a limited number of them. Just to give Sanatana Goswami an idea of how the Lord is like, enjoying, expanding, and is limitless. There is still an infinite amount more that Lord Chaitanya isn't mentioning. So, and it's compared to the waves of an ocean, just how like an ocean doesn't have any limits uh, to how much it expands. So doesn't Lord Krishna. So, as we all know, the first incarnation is the Purusha avatar, which is Mahavishnu, or the Kshiralaksha avatar, and the Garbhodaksha avatar. And all of these different manifestations take us through the creation of the universe and the cosmic manifestation. And after this, it's mentioned that about the supreme abode and how all the and how it's manifested in the form of Koloka, which is like a lotus flower with hundreds of petals. And then each of these petals will consist of a different loka or different universe. And the way that, Lord Krishna or the Supreme Lord causes this is by his different expansions through the material nature. And so without, the will of Krishna, there's no possibility of any creation. Uh, like, some may say that Brahma is the creator or different things like that. But without the will of Krishna, it's mentioned here that there is no creation. And in the rest of the verse, they is basically going through some more types of incarnations. First, they go through uh, the Leela avatars, and then which are also known as Kalpa avatars, where Krishna is basically performing some pastime, mainly for his devotees, or slaying evil and things like that. And then next they go through the Manvantara avatar, and this is the final thing that we read today. And uh, These are also known as Vaibhava avatars. And I think next they'll be going and moving on to the four yoga avatars. So I will conclude the summary there, and I will